Hi everyone, I'm Adam, also known as SlickFX. You might have seen me in TradeView Investments chat room. I've been asked to come here today to share a trading talk episode, and naturally I jumped at the opportunity. I've been a TVI client now since 2015, and just before we jump into it, I just wanted to share a little bit about me. I've always been interested in trading since I was about 14 or 15, but back then I wasn't aware of currencies, commodities, so it was really all about stocks and things of this nature, you know. And I went down that path for a while, just not trading obviously at that age, but just being naturally interested in it. I believed, and a lot of it was from my parents' influence, but it gave everyone an even playing field. It didn't really matter where you were from or what you did, you know. It just mattered that all you needed was an internet connection and you know, a computer, and everyone had the same opportunity. Back in 2010, I had a real bad rock climbing accident and spent 54 weeks in hospital. It was here I started thinking to myself, well, what am I going to do? So I started looking around, and that's when I came across currencies and commodities. I had a small deposit with a broker, and I remember trading about 6 or 7 months into my hospital stay of the 54 weeks, small, you know, 10 cent per point positions. And, you know, God, I was losing more money than it was just going out the door so quickly. But I was learning a lot, and I really stuck with it. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It really is just about getting in there and giving it a go. I mean, if anyone had more adversity than me, you know, I salute you. But I never let it stop me. I remember sitting in Queensland after my recovery in hospital, and I was still, I mean, I've just had my 22nd surgery, and I'm still not up and weight bearing it. I've got a walking cane across here, and I limp around, you know. But I always had my trading. I always had something to come back to. As I said, you only needed a small deposit, and all those times I thought, you know, what am I going to do? I always turned to the charts and I was trading. This is when I was scrolling around the internet on the weekend, and I came across a company called TradeView Investments, and I pressed the button and I received a call, and I was excited because I was told, you know, we can teach you how to program, and we can teach you how to code, and we can teach you how to automate, and automation was, you know, just starting to become the thing. And I thought to myself, why not? So I scrimped and I saved, and I had a payment plan, and I paid the course off, and I flew from Queensland down to Melbourne, and I stayed at beautiful St Kilda, and I fell in love with Melbourne, and I did this trading course with TradeView Investments. And I was surprised because it allowed me to take an idea, not knowing how to code, and actually by the end of the day I was running algorithms that were trading for me on the markets, and I was really excited. And this was back in 2015, and we're in 2020 now, and yet here I am, still a client of TradeView Investments and still running algorithms. So it was very exciting. Every idea I have, I know I can automate. I remember writing a big spiel on Facebook about how excited I was with the course and how I was appreciative that they kept giving me phone calls back saying, you know, how are you doing and how are things going, and that help is always there, and it wasn't a wham bam, thank you ma'am, quick, thanks for doing the course, see you later. You know, they stuck with me and they helped me develop my skills. And no matter what my adversity was, no matter how many surgeries I had to do, no matter how much time I was no weight bearing, no matter how many times I had to lie in a bed for 6 to 8 weeks before I could get out and put some weight on me, I always had a laptop and I always had TradeView's software that I could immediately start working. So I always had something to look forward to and something to get done. And now we're 5 years later. I think I'm coming second on the leaderboard, or third.
Second.
I'm not too. It's second. By the grace of God and the automations themselves, I've jumped up to second place. Yeah, in the trading championship. I'm really excited. Last year I gave it everything I had, but I only had a few months to work with through, as mentioned, some personal challenges. But you know, never let it stop you. Doesn't matter how busy you are. Doesn't matter what you're doing, where you're working, what your life is like. You've always got time to look at a chart. And with TradeView's software, there's no reason you can't build a model. So that's my personal experience. I would, from my humble opinion, is to definitely look into the intermediate workshop. It allowed me to go from not knowing anything about automation to actually running models. So I'll stop talking now and we'll get on with the model. It was nice to meet you all. I'm happy to share the model with you, take things out, put things in, twist it around, mix it up, see if you can change it a little bit. I'm happy to share it with you all. And Nice to meet you. Let's get on with the episode.